I feel like when you're a mom, you have proud moments like every single day. They hiccup and you're like, oh my God, you're so good at hiccuping. Like it's so fun. Hi.
Okay, I see here that you've been a model since you were a teenager. You host a YouTube channel that's amassed nearly 200 million views, and you're the mastermind behind Rhode, a beauty brand that sold for $1 billion just 3 years after its first product release.
That's me.
How did you know it was the right time to sell?
I don't think you do know, but I did know that it felt like the right place for it and it felt like the right home. Wasn't something I was even necessarily looking for. I wasn't seeking it out in that way. They made me know that it was the time and they were the right people.
When the deal was announced, you posted a TikTok with the caption, "And I'm just in my room," like where you're eating sushi with a face mask on. Tell me more about that moment.
I think when I said that, it was more about like being silly, just like I feel like people always have something to say. Like that's just been my life for a very long time. People always have something to say. And the reality is I'm usually usually in my room, like with a face mask on at home, eating sushi most of the time. And I really didn't expect that to turn into like a whole thing about being able to easily or not easily eat sushi in a face mask. And sorry to anybody that doesn't resonate with, but like I like to be at home and eat in my face mask, so.
What is the secret to successfully eating with a face mask?
You know what it is? If you feel like the face mask doesn't fit around your mouth, you just cut 2 slits on the side. Or I like just pull it with my fingers and like stretch it out so that I can get the food in there.
Are you making one? I saw a TikTok.
I am making one, yeah. I am making one that I feel hopefully will maybe like fit the face a little bit better.
Let's talk about one of the brand's best-selling products, the lip treatments. Tell me about the moment you tried the first prototype.
I am really, really picky and really specific, so like my feedback comes very fast. It used to come in like a little pot at first that you would like take out with your finger, and I was like, I definitely want this to be in a tube. I don't want it to be in a pot. Like, there were so many things about it. And I do remember trying the first one where I knew that was the one. My biggest trial and test was wearing it overnight when I was sleeping. If it would go away overnight or if I would wake up and I would still feel it. And that was like the biggest test for me.
Since then, there has been a slew of different flavors like jelly bean, vanilla cake, and cinnamon roll. Why are they all named after foods?
It's a combination of a few things. It's like nostalgia and like yumminess. I'm also just like a big dessert girl. I'm a big foodie. Like I love food. I love things that are delicious. This is maybe a little bit niche, but like I was obsessed with Sanrio as a kid. That's not niche. Sanrio is not niche. But they used to have these little erasers that were like squishy and like you could erase with them, but they also felt like putty. And they always had these very specific smells to them. Even stuff like that, like I'll get inspired by something as simple as that. Like I remember what that eraser smelled like as a kid. And that's how I feel about the lip treatments. Like I want them to make you think of something that made you feel that way in your childhood.
Launching your product these days comes with a lot of criticism. Like for example, some of the lip treatments, reports of them feeling grainy. How do you handle the feedback?
Nobody was more upset about them being grainy than me, the founder. Like it broke my heart more than anything to have anything be wrong, but that's something that you also learn when you're building a company. And as a founder, you hit bumps in the road. We were able to fix the problem and correct it and make the product even better for the customer experience now moving forward. So you should be able to take criticism and have it become constructive to make your brand a better brand.
All of this led to another massive product, the phone case. Mm-hmm. Where did this idea come from?
We were in a meeting one day and I had like this sticky thing on the back of my phone and we kind of all were just like at a table looking at it and we were like, do we think we can make this a thing? I was like, surely it has to exist already. And it didn't. I remember being so surprised by that because it's something that you would think is a no-brainer. And that was how it came to life. It's actually been one of our easier things that we've made.
Many of your close friends also have brands.
Yes.
Did any of them give you any advice when you were starting Rhode?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have always looked to the women around me that have gone and done this before me without feeling too like comparative because I think everybody is so like individual. And I talk to my friends about like what's going on with their brands. And Kendall and I did an 818 Rhode thing for Coachella. So it's really fun to be able to do stuff like that creatively with your best friends. I mean, I don't think there's anything better than being able to like work together with the people you love.
I want to take us back to the beginning. How did you first get into modeling?
This is like maybe like random lore, but I guess it's not. I started modeling for Brandy Melville when I was a teenager, and I got signed with an agency, and it went from there. I moved out when I was 17. I moved into the city, and that was it.
In pursuit of your modeling career, you didn't end up finishing high school.
I
and
didn't,
previously said you regret it, but it seems like everything turned out okay.
I wouldn't sit here and tell anybody to like bet on that. It did work out, and I'm really proud of myself that, you know, I have accomplished what I have without having finished high school. I just wish that I had finished it because I was so close. I think that's what it was too. I was like a senior in high school. I was almost done, and I got lazy, and I was like, why am I doing this? I have a job. Like, I'm not going to finish, but I wish I did.
Under accomplishments, I have here that you're a mom to a 1-year-old Jack Blues Bieber.
I am, yeah.
What's been your proudest moment about being a mom?
So far, my proudest moment was getting him out. I was proud of me for that, and I was proud of getting him safely into the world. But I feel like when you're a mom, you have proud moments like every single day. They're changing so much so often, and there's so much newness all the time. And every little tiny thing that they do makes you so proud. It's like they hiccup and you're like, oh my God, you're so good at hiccuping. Like, it's so fun.
I'm sure it's just your entire camera roll.
It's like my phone has no storage left. It's actually really crazy and embarrassing. Like, I have like 200,000 photos, and I have the most like terabytes you could possibly have of iPhone storage, and I'm out of all of them. Like, I have to go back and like delete things to make space. It's all of my son, basically.
How did you celebrate his first birthday?
The week prior, just being so sad that he was turning 1, but also like excited and happy for him. When they turn 1, it's like, you're like, my baby. They're not a baby anymore. And we just had a party at our house with our friends and our family. And I mean, he's not going to remember it, obviously, but tons of photos so that he can, you know, see it one day.
What part of that job has been the hardest or most unexpected?
When you become a mom, you change a lot, and I think you don't know what to expect. And I think that's very hard. Before it happens, you're like, I can't wait to go back to blank, or like, I can't wait until I feel like blank again. And I think a lot of the time there isn't a going back of sorts. It's like you become a mom and then you move forward from there. And that's a whole other journey in itself. You know, I like who I am so much more now than I ever did before. I love who I am as a mom, and I like the person that I am becoming and that I've become through the journey of becoming a mom. So I think that I had some expectation in my mind, like there was a go back, and there was no going back for me. It's like there's only kind of going forward from there.
Yeah. What is it about yourself that you like more? If you don't mind.
I feel like becoming a mom has given me a different kind of like confidence to be more upfront and say how I really feel, and like not have to hold back, because you're your child's advocate. And I think it's helped me advocate for myself more.
It's really beautiful.
Thank you.
In the left-hand drawer, there's a surprise for you in there.
Oh.
As part of the job interview, we of course had to check some socials.
Okay.
So a syrup.
He said it's syrup.
Syrup.
First of all, he looks really hydrated and he looks great. It's really funny that he said I put milk and syrup on my face. Sure, essentially, yes. I love this video. I have seen this before. I really enjoyed it because I think there's nothing sexier than a guy who has good skin and like takes care of his skin. And my whole goal with Rhode was that it could be for men and women and anyone who wants to use it. So it definitely makes me very happy to see the girlies putting it on their boyfriend, especially to go out to the bar. I don't think he looks shiny. I think he looks glazed and dewy.
Go ahead and swipe to the next one.
We did research, and Flora's been using it, and we went to Jessica's. Flora let me try it, and I loved it, so I bought you a set.
You don't know who makes that brand?
No.
That is so cute. So one of the things that I said when I was first launching the brand is that I would love for somebody to be able to hypothetically walk into a store and pick it up and not know that it was my brand and just love it because they loved the product. So being able to see that is kind of, that's like the full circle.
Is this what you thought success would look like?
My biggest definition of like how I see success is like when I'm out somewhere and I see someone like, even just like at a restaurant, they'll be like, Hailey, and they'll like wave their lip treatment or like flash their phone case at me. Like that is to me, my definition of it is just that it's reached people, it's impacted them, and they enjoy it. And I'm super proud of what I've done. And there's still a lot more that I want to do. So stay tuned.